Hey everybody, welcome back to Havoc Maker Studio and FMP Wargamers. My name is John and I am your host. A few days ago I did a video breaking down, not even breaking down, I was reporting on Games Workshop's 2021 to 2022, their pretty much their first half of their revenue review. I forget, man, the terminology is escaping my tongue, or it's like on the tip of my tongue. And it wasn't favorable, especially compared to last year during the previous year during the pandemic. It was only like I want to say it was only like a 40 million, or not only, it was a 40 million ish sterling pound revenue in this first half of the year, which I know people like to argue with me on this, but their year ends in May and begins in June. So the first half of their fiscal year is June of 2021 to November of 2021. That's the first 6 months. If you don't believe me, you just have to look at their financial report. There's the term I'm looking for. So hopefully that ends that debate. Anyways, so compared to the previous year at that time, it was they've only had about approximately a 6 million sterling pound, I'd say 6 million pound profit revenue. And in a lot of their areas, especially compared to the year before, they've lost significant amounts of money. And that's not good, not good optics. A lot of things, as they've of course pushed a lot of the blame onto, and some of it rightly so, 100% rightly so. We have transportation costs, a lot of transportation mired in and waiting at ports, increases in energy, gas, electricity, all that kind of oil, everything like that. We have those issues, and then tariffs and stuff between China and US and everything. There's lots of bad things going on right now financially. The world is hurting. So it's only natural that GW in the second half of the pandemic, provided it like ends sometime this year, the second half of the pandemic are not doing so hot, where the previous half they were doing pretty well, which we're going to see that with a lot of companies. So what it was, the issue with that video was mainly I was reporting on their losses, and then within a week or two of them reporting or showing off their losses, that they decided to pass their losses on to us, the consumers, by increasing prices anywhere from about 3 to 10%. I was wrong on some of my numbers, but 10% for like the books, and the average, even by Games Workshop's own words, the average was a 5% increase. And yeah, you guys are right. That's not much. 5% doesn't sound like much, but 5%, as I put in that video, that's like $5 more a box. Or for books, that's $5 more for a book. So now within 2 editions, within about 3 years, we've gone from $40 for a codex to $55 for a codex. Unacceptable. 100% unacceptable, according to my opinion and the opinion of others. Maybe even you, even though you are waving that Games Workshop flag. Totally fine. And let me go ahead and be clear. When I do this, I'm reporting on the news, giving my opinion, and that doesn't mean that I'm admonishing you, I'm shaming you for playing whatever game. If you love Games Workshop stuff and you're okay with the sales going on right now, or not sales, but the price of the product going up more, you're okay with it, you're in a comfortable spot, man, then stick with it. Or even if you're not in a comfortable spot, but you're fine with it, you're going to ride out that wave, then keep playing, guys. there's nothing saying, it's certainly not for me. I'm not telling you to stop. The only thing I'm asking is, when is enough enough? Or while you're playing Games Workshop games, take a look at some alternative games with a much better balance in their game product and the game mechanics, some higher quality miniatures at a more of an affordable price. I've already done videos on that. So when I report on this, I'm most certainly not attacking you, the fans. My attacks, if you can call it an attack, is towards Games Workshop. I hope everybody understands that. I understand when your hobby gets attacked, that or even when you are, personally attacked from somebody else, not from me, but from somebody else for whatever reason, your first go-to, and it's totally human response, is an emotional response. Especially these days with all the social media, everything going on with Hollywood and politics and everything, the emotional response is even appears to be more heightened these days than 10 years ago. So I totally understand, but I do ask that if you find yourself offended that I'm bringing up and pointing out bad business practices by your favorite company like Games Workshop, it's not an attack on you. I would hope that after you've managed to breathe and think about it, go get a Coke and drink Coke, not cocaine or anything. Please don't do that. But or whatever it is it's gonna make you happy, put a smile on your face. Then come back, put your responses in the comments below. Give me that thumbs up or thumbs down, and make sure you're subscribed. I really do appreciate that. But at least think about it from a logical perspective. Is he attacking me? No. Is he attacking GW? No. He's actually literally just pointing out, I don't like it because that's my thing. And now I'm like, oh, he's right, but I don't want him to be right. I'm upset. And I've already gotten sidetracked. So let's get right into this. All this does come into focus. So before we get into this, later today, I'm going to be doing one more video, 100% going to happen, probably around 6 or 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. We as in me, is going to be setting up a giveaway, or at least teasing the giveaway. And I've got a stack of product to give away, guys. A stack of product. And there's going to be requirements to get to that stack of product, but it's going to be coming down the line. So make sure you watch that. And then after we get to the GW stuff, I've got some stuff regarding Marvel Crisis Protocol I want to talk about. Actually, we'll probably be doing 2 videos today on Marvel Crisis Protocol. All right. So thanks to Rob Bear over at Spikey Bits. And yeah, I'm very, very thankful that Spikey Bits, at least, they do a very good job of still reporting on the bad stuff, but they do a good job of towing the line where I can get a little spicy in my hot takes. They have to toe the line a little bit more because they are in business with Games Workshop. Now I'm not saying they're in cahoots. They're not like hands in each other's pockets or anything, but they get support from Games Workshop in regards to products that they get to do unboxings way before everybody else does, etc., etc. And I am not dissing them. I respect the grift, and I don't even mean the grift in a negative sense. Just, that's just a terminology I use for anybody that is getting some bonuses in regards to from businesses and such. If I was getting stuff, I would sure as hell do it. But I'm not going to lie, and I'm not saying Spikey Bits is. I will still do my my analysis and my opinions and everything, but I will definitely show off people's products. In fact, I have. So that brings us to his wonderful article, kind of talking about the Eldritch Omens that dropped and a breakdown of this. So I'm going to put the link in the description. I'd like for you to go to their webpage and at least give the article a little bit more of a read. I'm not going to read everything because I don't want to take away from it. So Games Workshop consumer confidence drops as Eldritch Omens release flops. Now, as of this morning, before I did this video, a number of stores that I called here in the Houston area, one also over in North Carolina, that they all have 3 to 4 of the Eldritch Omens. They ended up over ordering because they assumed, based on communication from the community, that, oh my God, finally Eldar, we're getting our plastic Eldar and new plastic Chaos Space Marines. Oh, this box is going to sell. And then they buy it, and now it's just sitting there. And that's taking into account, the few pre-orders, and they only have 2 to 3 pre-orders. So it's like, guys, you've been waiting this whole time for your plastic Eldar. You've been screaming from the mountaintops. Why aren't you in here buying it? Maybe it's not so good. So there's some changes to the book that people are not happy with. RIP Harlequin players. Your time is coming. I've got a video going to be talking about something similar about that later on. So let's take a look at the Eldritch Omens box that dropped. It's priced at $200 for 16 models with, the normal little campaign book that comes in it, specifically with about 3 to 4 scenarios, maybe 6 scenarios for the box. You get your little decal sheets. That's all standard stuff. Nothing major there. The new models in it, really not too many new models. Well, except for the Eldar side, really. And I got to say, I'm not impressed. For $200, you're getting 16 models. And I think this is part of the issue. There's not a whole lot of there's value in this box, but not. Right? They make this, they hype that, it's got this, they got all these models in it, brand new models. I'm going to say quote, not quote. The limited Autark and the new Warp Smith, I think that's what they're called, that are available in this box. They are available in that box, guys and gals, but they will be available within the next 4 to 6 months, between now and 6 months from now. I would say before the end of May, we'll have the full Eldar release popping up. I would say in the next few weeks. I'm already digging for that information because they got to have a strong second half of their fiscal year. Right now, that fiscal year is bad, and I think it's going to be bad again. I think it's not a good look. So 16 models for $200. Now, mind you, these boxes used to be $160, then they became $170 within about a 3-year time span. 8th edition into 9th edition. So 160, now 170, and now $200. And I can almost guarantee you that after Eldritch Omens, I would not be surprised. Or no, I would be surprised if they go back to $170 per box. I would be very surprised because they usually don't walk back their price increases. I cannot think of a time they walked back their price increases ever. They just keep passing that on, even if inflation dips down to all-time lows, and the economy recovers. They're not going to be reasonable with their pricing, right? So 16 models for $200. Now, in comparison, we look at the Dominion box and, of course, the Indominus box for Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Ladder, and Former were $200, $210. I think it was $200. Let's just say $210 just to be generous. For 60 models, at least the Indominus box was 60 models for basically for the same price. Might have been about $10 more, but maybe $20 more. But still, you also got the 60, soon to be $65 main rulebook in there, and plus 60 models. Yes, they're all easy to build. Totally understand that. Where the 16 models for the same price are multi-part plastic kits, but is that really worth that much of a difference? No, it's not. It's not. They're pretty much stopping those values, it looks like. So it's not just stop there. So if you want to go, well, John, those are the big entry boxes into the new edition. Of course, they're going to be better value. Plus, they have easy to build models. Okay, I got you, fam. I got you. I'm not going to say fam again. That sounds really weird. Anyway, so last year we had the Hexfire box. Hexfire box included the Thousand Suns and the Grey Knights. It's just under 30 models for $170. More, almost double the models for $30 less. And that still included a couple new models in there, guys. Bad optics. But that's just one or two boxes, right? I mean, for sure, it's not the same thing, except we talk about Fury of the Deep that just came out. Well, I think that's like closer to about 40 models. I'm not going to count here, but and then of course they get the War Scroll cards in there. You get a mini core rule book. You get a mini core rule book for $170. Or you guys, you can go get the $100 or $200 box for 16 models, or almost 40 models. Let's just say 30. Let's just be generous. Say 30. This is absolutely ridiculous. And we, of course, it's not on here, but they mention it. The actually, what's the name of the box? The Shadow Chronicles? No, that's a Shadow Throne box. The Shadow Throne box that just recently came out was the Genestealer Cults and the Adeptus Custodes, $170. That still had more models than that the Eldritch Storms box, or Eldritch Storm Omens box. Bad. Very bad. Games Workshop. Very, 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 very bad. That 16 models, you basically just gave them a almost a start, the value of what most start collecting boxes are, around 180. Maybe some of them look like they were around $200. You basically just gave them a start collecting box, and that's not good. That's not good. Now, I'll let you guys figure out the inflation, but a quick breakdown is like Shadow Throne box, you're looking at about $7 retail per miniature. Eldritch Storm, you're looking at $12.50 per miniature. That's a huge increase, guys. The numbers are not going to lie. All right, those numbers are not lying. And we look at the Indominus box, you're looking at 61 models, about $3.27. We go back into the day to the Dark Vengeance box, really cool box back in the day. 50 models at $220, and that was like a $100 box. $2.20. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. 200, not 220. Oh, slow down. $2.20 per model. So yes, I get those are easy to build models, but the value in those boxes are considerably different, especially when you're getting the rule book on top of it. So, Rob and them asked the same question that I've been asking, except I get vilified for it, which that's fine. I'm here for that, guys. I'm here for your comments, and please put them below. If they got to be bad, that's fine. Just make sure you hit that like or dislike button. It really does help the channel. And if you're going to hit that dislike button, guys, please put something in the comments to at least tell me why you dislike the video. Because I can enhance the videos, I can strengthen them, I can refine them, make them better if you tell me what you don't like. So, anyways, they ask questions like, are people tired of the pricing structure? Is the sticker shock too much? Are people just not interested? Is it more than that, or a little of everything combined? These are questions that I'm asking. And it looks to be, and they're even asking that same question, that consumer confidence in Games Workshop is dipping. Now, we saw this happen with games like Malifaux during, like, I want to say first, second edition. Their new edition, it seems to be really, really strong. We saw that with the potential Games Workshop rival from Privateer Press, War Machine, and Hordes, and then that edition came out. Consumer confidence dropped. They lost their entire creative staff. They all went elsewhere, and some bad business practices inside the store or inside the company, and the pricing, which was reasonable, ended up being just on par with Games Workshop. It just became really bad. Is Games Workshop heading there? I don't know. But right now, this is a warning sign, especially in today's day when you got a lot of people with a lot of eyes are on the business and such. It's hard for them to get away from it. So, and then we take into account the failings of Warhammer TV right now, the things that they did to the to the fanfic guys and gals over on YouTube, all that stuff. You know, the way they've pretty much attacked the fans. It's people are a little leery, I think, of Games Workshop, and I think that this move that they've done this year on the heels of their bad revenue, the bad optics of doing price increases and their continued some kind of not so good business practices, not necessarily shady, but not the best. Is this the end of Games Workshop? No. So don't panic. Keep buying. Keep playing the game that you love, but it's not good. So real quick, I want to move over to Marvel Crisis Protocol. So we might get an article today concerning Shadowland Daredevil, Shadowland Elektra, and the ninjas. Hopefully. Because we have yet to see Elektra. We've seen Daredevil. We've seen the Shadowland ninjas, but we have not seen them. So, excuse me, these gone up on pre-order. Now, they're supposed to be available sometime in March, but there's a weird thing when I went and looked. I tried double checking on a couple other miniatures, and I'm going to reach out to a couple retailers to see if they've got word on when they're able to order this, when they're coming in, as well as a few other things. So right now on Asmodee's site, they've got this number fixed underneath here. Oh, there it goes. It's just kind of all hidden there. Release date 4/30/2022. So I guess that means March we're not going to have a release, except maybe we'll get, from my understanding, this week or next week we're supposed to be getting the open play kit for the Unstoppable Avatar of Citorex. I think Zero Tax. I'm not sure how you pronounce them. Where Colossus gets the power of the Juggernaut and everything. So that might be it. Maybe a Quinjet. Maybe, I don't know. But if the release date is set for the end of April, that pretty much gives us 2 whole months of, I'm just going to say 2 months of no releases. Because that really, 4/30 that's going into, normally that we'd have the release on the 1st. That's a weird day, 4/30. April 30th is a Saturday. Really weird. So that might just be a projected release date. And just in case, I don't know why that was there. I went ahead and checked on Nick Fury and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and it was the same thing, 4/30/2022. So I'm going to do a little digging, and hopefully I'll be able to have that information and report on that a little later. So let me know what you guys think about this. If you have information that we're going to actually get this in earlier, say early March, because normally we get these around the second week of March, usually the second Friday, and that would be March 11th. So are we going to now be bypassing that and waiting we're going to bypass March 11th. We're going to bypass March 8th or 15th, April 8th or 15th when they would normally do a release, and then push it all the way to the end of April. Is that what's happening? If you know, let me know. Put it in the comments below. And if you want to attack the show, go ahead and put that in the comments below. Give me that thumbs up or thumbs down and a subscribe. Share it out with your friends. And come back about 6 or 7 o'clock p.m. Make sure you, if you're a subscriber, hit that notification bell. We're going to be talking about some other Marvel Crisis Protocol product that is available right now or is coming up that you might not have seen yet. And we're going to talk about it and where to get your hands on some of this pretty badass stuff. And we're going to talk about the future giveaway for the channel. Anyways, you guys have yourself a wonderful, wonderful Monday. Stay warm if you're in a very cold place, or stay cool if you're in a warm place. And I'll chat with you all later. See ya.